Thanks, Callie. Chris joining us too. Could you live on a boat?
Could I?
Could
From May to September, easily.
Okay, after that, you're out.
Not so much.
Okay. Stories we're working on today, Chris.
Absolutely. Temperatures recovering, certainly in the west first. Weather crime, warm-up theft, that story at 13 past. And Mike and Mark's excellent adventures continue across the prairies.
That's right. Bill and Ted joining us in a moment, telling us where they'll be. Currently, we've got high pressure moving into southern Ontario. Some nice sunshine, temperatures rebounding, especially into the weekend. Some sea effect for Newfoundland, but other than that, Chris, pretty quiet in the east.
Yeah, not a ton of weather to speak of in the west. We got the warm front moving east, and that's dragging with it some Pacific air. We had freezing rain warnings in Edmonton yesterday. That was the penalty for the warmer temperatures, going up to +3 today in Edmonton.
Yeah, and Calgary this morning was 6 degrees. Wow. This trough bringing some snow, Wawa, over towards Kapuskasing. But other than that, not much until we head into Thursday, Chris. And then a system, very quick mover, will drop about 5 centimeters through the Nickel Belt and then come through the Greater Toronto region by Thursday night. Closed sections of Leslie Street yesterday, both directions. So they were working on that yesterday. Hopefully everything's up in order.
Extreme cold warnings in place for Grey and Bruce counties, feeling like -30. This will likely get dropped later this morning. This afternoon, so not as cold as yesterday. The sun will feel nice, and each day we should get a little bit milder as we head towards the weekend.
That's right. It'll be +2 in Toronto on Saturday. And this afternoon in the north, Marathon -9. That's seasonal in Thunder Bay at -10. Notice a little bit more cloud cover through the north, and yes, Wawa, Sault Ste. Marie, even some flurries for you.
All right. In terms of accumulations, not a ton, as we mentioned, maybe about 5 centimeters of snow expected, and this will be lasting through tonight as well into tomorrow, and then another system will come in towards the weekend that could drop maybe 5 to 10 centimeters.
That's right. And for today, we've got the potential for some black ice on the roads, Chris. Montreal, you're included, Quebec City as well. All
right. Now, we're going to have lots of sunshine today, but bundle up.
That's right. Yesterday, we saw 12 centimeters on the ground through St. John's. For today, no snow, just some sunshine. And we do have an approaching system that will bring some snow for you by Friday morning. Let's find out where Mike and Mark are going to be joining us today. Now it's time for one of our viewers and people on social media to get a personalized forecast. It's hashtag share your weather. I want you to send me your pictures, and then you'll get your own personalized forecast. So up today, we've got danger, thin ice. Where is this? Where do you think it is? Sustained at 25 kilometers an hour, so quite a warm-up compared to yesterday. Right now you're sitting at around -5, but that pales in comparison to what you were dealing with last week, even yesterday. Let's move next to the beautiful conditions we're seeing this week in British Columbia, and we will still get that fog for you into the afternoon. Temperatures are quite seasonal for the lower mainland, 7 degrees. You do start to see rain heading into tomorrow. Now, this time of year, we have to worry about something called winter warm-up theft. Kevin Yard explains. Thanks, Kelly. Well, yeah, definitely have to stay warm out there in southern Ontario this morning. Not as cold as yesterday morning, but still, it is frigid. And we will be seeing the sunshine coming out for Toronto, Hamilton, up towards the Nickel Belt. You have seen a bit of the snow in the Nickel Belt, but we're going to see some peaks of sun as the day goes on. Towards Quebec, sunshine as well in Atlantic Canada. Besides the sea effect we're seeing for the western shores of Newfoundland, looking pretty good there as well. Nuka, that's Beverly's dog. Out and about, having fun, I suppose. This afternoon, St. John's will be -7. Look at that. Bright sunshine. Buckins will be -7. Springdale will be -6. And Gander -7, so not doing too bad. We're still below average in the Maritime provinces for the afternoon. This morning, Edmundston, you were sitting at -35, so by the afternoon, you're -12. An improvement there. Charlottetown will be -9. So yes, below average,
hi,
but it's
Michael.
easy to travel and get around. Just remember your sunglasses as you step out the door. Now, as you're stepping out the door in Quebec, we do have a warning in place for the potential of black ice. So Montreal up towards Quebec City and even the Saguenay. And temperature-wise, Montreal, you'll be -13. Val-d'Or is seeing some scattered flurries. Now, moving into Ontario for this morning, the extreme cold warning has shifted towards Port Elgin and Owen Sound. Walkerton is also included. Feels like -25 to -35 with the wind chill. It will look a lot sunnier throughout the entire day. This afternoon, Toronto's -6. Ottawa's still cold at that -12, but by the weekend, a huge, significant improvement in terms of temperatures. It might even feel really mild for a lot of you, with temperatures in the Greater Toronto region getting above the freezing mark. But before that, getting ahead of myself here, pretty excited about that warm-up. Timmins is seeing some snow this morning. We've got Wawa seeing some snow as well, and we could get some lake enhancement this afternoon from Oshawa towards Kingston, just with those generally southwesterly winds. And then for Thursday, there's snow moving through the Greater Toronto region and the north as we head into the overnight hours. In the north, Thunder Bay seasonal at -10. You made it to Wednesday. Nicole and Chris joining you, and Canada, these are the stories we're following this morning.
Temperatures recovering in the west. They'll gradually recover in the east in the coming days.
Yes, and weather crime, what does that mean? We'll explain that at 13 past.
Yep, and it's not Bill and Ted, it's not Harry and Lloyd, it's Mark and Mike, and their journey continues, and we're going to check in with them momentarily because they're in Winnipeg. We'll see how they're faring.
Yeah, that's right, and Winnipeg this morning, -12, an improvement from yesterday.
Yes.
Toronto's -9, St. John's -13, and look at that warm air. Calgary, yes, 3 degrees, but currently exactly you are 7 degrees.
Unbelievable. Gatineau, Quebec is -30. Bathurst, New Brunswick, and Quebec City are -30. Mike and Mark at -12. The daytime high in Winnipeg, average -13. So your overnight low is already there in the daytime high. How does it feel out there?
How does it?
A very quick question, Mark. Would you call those flurries or ice crystals that you're seeing?
Would you call these flurries or ice crystals? What do you think?
I think they're like ice crystals, not really flurries yet. I mean, what we're going to see later on this afternoon, I think is going to be even closer to flurries. I think this is just that little taste of it beforehand.
You.
Okay, so Mark without a hat. That is crazy. Loco. This morning, there's the flurries, the ice crystals in Winnipeg. We're also getting that towards Brandon, as they mentioned, and warmer here in Saskatchewan, Chris.
Alrighty then. Yes, the Pacific air is dominating the west. The Arctic air is dominating the east. And this afternoon, as a result, temperatures well above seasonal across the prairies.
Not too bad. Quite a difference from last week. How much snow are you getting? You're not too much. A light dusting, generally speaking, a little bit more as we look just west of Winnipeg with up to 5 centimeters of snow. All right, yeah, that would have been a tough winter on a boat, but we'll have more tips on how to live through the winter on cruising on a cruising boat. Now this afternoon in Toronto, a -6, winds very light, sustained at only about 5 kilometers an hour, so an improvement compared to yesterday. And how about this? Mike and Mark are continuing their journey. They were in Calgary, Saskatoon, yesterday Brandon. This morning they're joining us in the city of Winnipeg, and we can see last time we checked in with Mike and Mark didn't have a hat. Where did he find one? And that's what you'll be getting across southern Manitoba this afternoon. So not too much. Temperature is a huge improvement compared to yesterday. This afternoon, -4. Usually Winnipeg, your daytime high is -13. And the same sort of trend in southern Saskatchewan. As you can see, Regina +1. Calgary this morning sitting at 7 degrees. You could get up to 8 by the afternoon, and the light snowfall through the prairies today. Well, coming up on the program, we'll have some tips on exactly what you should be doing in the morning to warm up your car.
Yes, and it was a cold one yesterday. This is some record lows, or just the coldest morning or coldest day of the season.
That's right.
Hamilton -19, -21 in Toronto, and record-breaking cold in Goderich. -24.
Yikes. So across the country today, we've got this was yesterday, rather. -12 in Toronto. So that will look very different today. Halifax -2. And over towards the west, fog this week.
Yeah.
Fog continuing today. And we've got Chris's saying of the day for BC.
Yes, we have a temperature inversion. So in Whistler, it's going to be warmer at the peaks than on the streets.
Very good.
So if you're doing some skiing today, it's going to be nice. The peak of Whistler, 5 degrees.
That's right. And we look at this afternoon, Vancouver getting up to 7, Calgary 6 degrees right now, 5 by the afternoon, and then an improvement here in Ontario, but not so much in the east.
Yeah, you are really feeling it this morning. -18 inches, about a fresh 11 centimeters of snow fell.
And you saw 12 centimeters in St. John's. It's sticking around for today because the cold air entrenched in place, but beautiful sunshine for you. Halifax -6, St. Anthony -10, and Moncton will be -8, so not too bad with the sunshine out there.
So you'd be shedding some layers, but not too many. And St. John's feeling like -25 this morning. All right, so this afternoon, this is still below seasonal across Ontario and Quebec. By the way, watch for the risk of black ice this morning in southern Quebec.
Road. We even saw that in Hamilton and Toronto. Could see the same thing again today with some southwest winds.
Very, very cold and gray in Bruce County. You have extreme cold warnings this morning. It's been around -25. And to the north, a little bit of light snow, generally around 5 centimeters for northern Ontario.
All right, with the cold temperatures, Kelly Noseworthy will tell us how you can live in a boat in these kinds of conditions.
All right, very glad you could join us on the Weather Network. Good morning to you. So I'll look back on that storm and over 100 centimeters of snow. You know, there was not that much snow, Nicole, before those series of storms, and really not all month that much after. So the whole winter fell pretty much in those 2 weeks.
That's right. And as we look at our top stories today,
yes,
it will be temperatures recovering for some of us in the Prairie provinces. Weather crime coming up 13 past.
Right.
We'll explain what that means, and the anniversary of Toronto calling in the Army. We'll have more on that coming up through the program. Right now, Kelly Noseworthy joining us, giving us details on how to live on a boat in temperatures that are minus 20. Okay, thanks, Kelly. She might be spending the night, I suppose.
I'm warming up to that idea.
You're warming up to the cold idea of living on a boat.
I am. It
okay.
makes it look so cozy.
It does look cozy,
right,
but I'll do the summer months, Chris.
Okay.
You can take the winter months. We'll do a timeshare.
I don't know if I like that trade-off.
For this morning, a trough through northern Ontario, Timmins, Kapuskasing, even off the shores of Lake Superior,
yes,
Wawa getting snow. Otherwise, Chris, not doing too bad.
No, Highway 17 eastbound, east of Nipigon, is still closed because of that train derailment. Then another system comes in for tonight and tomorrow, and this could be an additional 5, maybe 10 centimeters of snow. So just to watch out for that. Could clip some flurries in southern Ontario, maybe a couple centimeters up towards the Ottawa Valley. Really more so tomorrow evening.
Exactly. And for Friday morning, could see a little bit of snow there for Toronto for that commute. Now let's head to a colder part of town where Mike and Mark are joining us on the Prairie provinces in Winnipeg.
Get a chance to head down to the Forks and lace up the skates and do a bit of skating. Good times of the year for that.
That's right. And this is the snow moving through today.
Right.
Just light dusting through most of the Prairie provinces. Stay with us. More on the warm up in the east. Without the wind chill, this morning Brandon is minus 9 in the morning, so quite a change. And we find them not in Brandon, this has been their journey, but in Winnipeg to start the day. Much improved temperatures for these boys. And guys, I understand that you're seeing some issues out there with cars warming up to get ready to go out.
Mark is the sacrificial lamb.
I like it. That would be my choice too. Mark, over you. Thanks so much, guys. All right, this afternoon, we've got swift current sitting at +1 towards the Pas, -7 with some light flurries. You'll see light flurries through the morning and afternoon in Winnipeg. Just a light dusting on the ground. Kenora, -9 for you. Also seeing some snow. How much? Anything shaded in the lighter blue is under 5. But again, in places like Winnipeg towards Brandon, likely 1 to 2 centimeters, if that much. High level getting a little bit more. In Edmonton and Calgary, staying nice and dry and sunny for the afternoon as well. Well, let's head now to southern Ontario where we find Kelly Noseworthy, and she is on a boat with a gentleman who lives there year-round. All right, so anyone living on a boat this morning, you're -9. Light winds out of the southwest sustained at 10 kilometers an hour. We could see between Oshawa and Kingston some lake effect snow and some sea effect for you on the western shores of Newfoundland, but otherwise for the east, we're following the system moving in for Friday. Thanks for joining us. Nicole and Cheryl with you. Cheryl's taking over the morning show.
Indeed.
I will be leaving, but we leave you with this. Mild air in the west. That's the good news. I will cover this, Cheryl. I'm standing in front of this word.
You're in denial?
Yes,
maybe
I'm
the rest
denial,
of
but
Canada
there it
in
is.
denial?
Cold.
The cold in these. But here's the thing. It is getting a little bit better, and we still do have this milder pattern that's setting in nicely across the west. And that mild pattern is also starting to influence where our team is in southern Manitoba. They're actually in Winnipeg today, so we're going to be joining up with them. Of course, they've been doing this cross-Canada tour, and today's stop is in Winnipeg. So let's join up with Mark Robinson and with Mike in Winnipeg and see what's going on there.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, thanks, boys. Good luck. Make it back home safe this afternoon. Winnipeg, there it is, -4. Your seasonal average is -13 for this time of year. And look at that, Cheryl. Just so mild this afternoon in the prairies.
This is a huge improvement from where we started the week, no question. This past weekend, of course, we were in the deep freeze, but now that ridge of high pressure is really making its presence known in the west. But having said that, there are some low pressure systems, but they have to go up and over that ridge.
They are.
There's snowfall in the forecast for less populated centers and also not quite as much in the way of accumulation.
No, yeah, not too bad. Anything in this light blue seeing under 5 centimeters of snow, which includes you in Winnipeg, the Inner Lake region as well. It spills over into northwestern Ontario too, and then into Thursday, places like Timmins, seeing a little bit more, about 5 to 10 centimeters of snow.
Across southern Ontario, we still have this extreme cold warning in place, likely just to expire in the next little while. Just some cold air still in place in some pockets of southern Ontario, but the improvements are on the way. And then when when we look towards southern Quebec, we've had a black ice issue because of some fog in the valleys that's been able to make its way over the roadways and freeze. So we'll have that to contend with early
Exactly.
today.
So stay safe this morning in Montreal and Quebec. And for the east, gradual warm up into the weekend. If you're going away today, this is the weather you will be escaping. Toronto's high -6. Yes, we're seeing sunshine all the way towards Montreal with just a high of -13. And warm in Calgary, yes, at 5 degrees and 7 in Vancouver. But how about these temperatures? Getting up to 28 degrees in Nassau. You will see the sunshine through the day. We saw thunderstorms there yesterday, so a nice clearing trend for Thursday. And for Georgetown, 25 degrees. Freeport will get up to 27. Miami, 27 as well. If you're going away today, this is the weather you will be escaping. Toronto's high -6. Yes, we're seeing sunshine all the way towards Montreal with just a high of -13. And warm in Calgary, yes, at 5 degrees and 7 in Vancouver. But how about these temperatures? Getting up to 28 degrees in Nassau. You will see the sunshine through the day. We saw thunderstorms there yesterday, so a nice clearing trend for Thursday. And for Georgetown, 25 degrees. Freeport will get up to 27. Miami, 27 as well.